Hey everyone, Samantha here. In today's video, I'm going to be upcycling 2 of my old college t-shirts into a shopping bag that I can use when I'm going to the store. Now over here in the UK, whenever you go to the grocery store, you want to be sure that you have your own bag, because if you don't, you could be spending anywhere between 5p to 10p for just a shopping bag to bring all of your stuff back home. And so over here, they really encourage you to bring your own bag whenever you shop. And so I thought that was a great opportunity for me to kind of upcycle my old t-shirts that I have and create a new bag from them. I was originally gonna make these into a pillow, but then I decided, you know what I could use more than a pillow in my house is a shopping bag. So that's what we're gonna make today. Let's get started. Alright, so what you'll need for this project is 2 t-shirts. I have my 2 t-shirts here. This is again from my college days. I went to the University of North Texas and we were always grabbing t-shirts where we could. It was like you get a t-shirt a week if you went to the right events and went to the right places. So here I just have 2 of my favorite t-shirts from my college days that I really didn't wear anymore, but I really loved the designs on them and I really wanted to keep them around as like mementos. So I went ahead and already cut off the front of each of these t-shirts. So they're only just the front, they're not the back at all. And I've already cut out basically what I want of the shirt to be. Now underneath these 2 t-shirts, I have basically a template that we're going to be using. You can see here a nice Minnie Mouse that we have, but this is going to be our template. We're going to be making a bag very similar to what this bag is here with these and some extra fabric. So what you'll need, 2 t-shirts, some extra fabric, and some measurements. I went ahead and did this off camera. This bag is 36 centimeters by 36 centimeters with a 5 centimeter depth to it. So the depth is this side here, very, very small depth, but I like it. You could just take 2 t-shirts and sew them together and call it a day. That would still make a really good bag if you put the handles on, but I like how this bag has depth to it. It gives it a little bit more when you're trying to fit more shopping into it. And so that's what I want to do with our bag here, is have a front, have a back, have this like side piece to it, and then that's going to be our bag. We've measured half of the length of the straps that we're going to do, and then we'll just double it so we can have it all the way around. So now that you have the dimensions of what the bag is that you're wanting to create, all you have to do is cut out the sizes of fabric that you need for that. So let's do that. Now these are just regular t-shirts. You can use whatever t-shirts you'd like to. We're gonna measure 36 centimeters across, and I believe these are really like cut out already. So this is 38, so that's gonna be good. We should really wanna factor in like 1/4 inch for like any sewing stuff that we're gonna be doing later on. So I'm not gonna touch that at all. Just do 37, just be on the safe side. Doesn't have to be exact. It would be nice if it was exact, but we don't have to have it fully exact. Lines across, there we go. I'm just gonna cut below the line. 1 front done. Let's get a second front. Now this one is so much taller than the other one. It's also white. That's where we use our blue. It's always good to have 1 white fabric pencil and a blue fabric pencil, just in case. This t-shirt was like an extra large t-shirt that I got when they like threw the t-shirt out into the crowd. Wasn't necessarily my size, which is why it's a bit bigger, but still will work for these purposes. Chop it off a little bit after the collar. Do about 39. Just chop off this top here. Oh, goodness. I would like to note that this isn't my first t-shirt project. I've actually done a t-shirt blanket before. And I was going to do it with all my college t-shirts, but then I moved and I didn't want to bring all of them and I didn't want to make another blanket, so didn't do that. But we're doing this. So you could just use the t-shirt, both the front and back of the t-shirts for all of the fabric that you use within this project. However, I'm going to be using some leftover fabric that I have from some other projects for the inside of the bag that we're going to be making today. As you can see, it's covered in cat hair. Sorry about that. So it's going to be this navy blue inside for our bags that we're going to have. It's going to be a nice just like inside of the bag, and it's going to make it a little bit sturdier because this is some nice like canvasy type cloth. Anyways, I'm gonna use this, what I already have, as a template that it's already cut to size, because we're gonna work smarter, not harder. And what you're just gonna do is wanna line up what you just did with your t-shirt, and we'll just cut around that. Where'd my scissors go? Since we have it here, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pin the shirts together. So I'm gonna pin the outside with the inside. All right, so we've cut out our t-shirt square from our t-shirt. Then we cut out a square for the inside, and then we pin the two squares together. Now just do the same thing for the other side. All right, so we have both of our sides done now. Now what we have to do is the side panel. Now because I'm working with scraps, all the scraps aren't the same size, but we did say that our depth is going to be 5 centimeters. So what I'm thinking about doing is I'm thinking that we'll just sew some of these bits together. Are you 5 centimeters at your lowest? You're 5.5. So we're gonna put these two pieces together and we'll sew these two pieces together. So it gives us the whole outer edge of the, whatchamacallit, the bag. Now last but certainly not least, we also need to put some of these scraps together to make the straps. I don't know why I did straps like this. It's gonna be straps like this, not this, this. What do we need for the straps? It was 30 centimeters. So 60 centimeters is what we're looking at. And that'll be one strap. And then we'll put these two together. See, we're just using all of our scrap pieces. You don't have to get fancy and use new fabrics. You can use what you got. Okay, so we can kind of start to see it come together. So we have our sides here. We have our two handles at the top. We have our back side, and then we have our front side. You can really start to see that we're making a bag now. So our next thing is to sew it all together. I'm gonna be using a sewing machine, but you can definitely do this by hand. It will just take you longer. But I got a new sewing machine for my birthday that I'm gonna use on this piece, so let me get that out. All right, so here we go. We're gonna sew these two pieces together first. These are gonna be one of our straps that we have. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave just about 1/4 of an inch when I'm actually sewing all these pieces together. So I'll get the edges relatively lined up and we'll just get to sewing. Oh, it would help if I turned it on. Okay, now we're ready to go. And then I'm going to I'm just using a straight stitch. That's all you really need to do is just straight stitch over this. It's one of our straps. And then we'll go ahead and sew this together. So it'll make like a nice little strappy strap. I think that works. Do we want to make this look pretty or do we just want to make it look functional? So you're gonna take it, fold it, do a little bit of a turn in, and then you'll pin it together. You can see now that we've tucked in the edges of it, it'll be a nice and neat strap. So all we have to do now is just sew it all together. Again, that's what it looks like. So now we're just gonna sew this, taking the pins out one at a time. So we have our two straps. It's gonna be more than what we need, so we'll probably end up chopping off some of them. One's really, really long. So next you're gonna wanna sew your front and your inside pieces together, just so you have more pins for what we're about to do next. So go ahead and get that done. It's all sewed on now. All right, so now that I have all of our pieces sewn together, we're gonna take our machine, turn it off, set it off to the side, and we have to pin everything together now. There's our sides, grab our back now. So we're taking our back side here, we're gonna face it towards us, and then we're going to pin in our sides here. Now when it comes to the sides here, you're gonna want to kind of take your scissors and you're just gonna wanna cut little like snippets around the corner so it lays flat. forgot the word. I'll put the word here, what this is called. Darting, maybe? I'm gonna dart it a little bit. So basically just like where it's kind of going right now. So now that's laying flat, which is great. We probably have one more dart here. So great, so now we have that. So the darts basically just let it lay flat. So that's what you're gonna wanna do. And then once you get it, pin it on in there. And just keep going around like that. Hey, voiceover Sam here to say once you have all of your front, your back, and your sides pinned together, you're then gonna run that through your machine again. So you're gonna just sew it all together. Now I'm going to be using a 3/8 seam allowance, and I try to point it out to you, but it really doesn't come across on camera, which is why I'm here explaining it to you. But you're just gonna wanna do that for the whole edge of the bag. And it's really, really good if you go back and forth on the beginning and on each of the corners, just so you're reinforcing the stitch a little bit more, because that's where it's gonna be a little bit more wear and tear when you're actually using the bag. All right, so there's our bag. It's inside out at the moment. What we're gonna do before we flip it the right way around is just kind of cut off some of this excess here, leaving about a good inch or so on the edge. Do the same over here, leaving about an inch. So we're basically gonna fold it to where it has like a little lip, kind of down like that. So when you fold it down, you're gonna wanna make sure that you pin it in place. For this fold, guys, I'm doing a 1-inch fold all the way around the top. So I went with my measuring thing and I measured 1 inch from the top to the bottom, and that's how long my fold was. Once you have your fold pinned into place, the next thing that you're gonna do is take your straps. I had to cut mine down to size, and then you're just gonna insert them into the folds like you're seeing here. I just eyeballed it here for this. There was really no rhyme or reason other than I thought these were good places to put the straps. But if you want to be more precise, you can measure from the edge of the bag to the first strap, and then from the edge of the bag to the other strap, and have the same amount from the ends for each strap. But as you can see, I just eyeballed it and it came out well, so you can do it too. So now that we got everything pinned off, we're gonna go ahead and put everything underneath our sewing machine here. We're gonna do this one at a 1/2 inch, just right above the lines that we had done earlier. I'm gonna go over the straps again because you want to make sure that those straps are nice and good. That's all done. All right, so here we have our bag and flipping it out for the first time. So this is going to be new for me as it is going to be for you. So let's just flip it on out here. Ah, look at that. Oh, guys, it is looking so good. So the last things that I have to do is right now the straps, they're kind of like drooping down inwards. I just have to kind of place them so they kind of hang just a little bit nicer outside the bag. I'm gonna go do that off camera, but then as soon as I have that ready, I'll show you the final shots. It's a little bit of a sneak peek. I'm trying not to show you too much. Okay, I mean, this is basically the final reveal here, but you know, I'll do a little bit of a better reveal in 3, 2, 1. Here it is, it's all done. And I actually put shopping into it just so I could show you how much it holds. Like, it's holding up really, really well. We got some cereal in here. We got some Archer's lemonade, my favorite spirit. And yeah, it's gonna do great. I can't wait to go take it to the store and actually do some more shopping with it. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video. Please let me know down in the comments below if you decide to make a bag out of your old t-shirts. Tag me on social media wherever you're at. I would love to see them. And let me know what you'd like to see me sew next. I have a sewing machine, as you saw, and I would love to do more sewing stuff. So that's it for me today, guys. Be sure to do all those things on YouTube that I know you know how to do in 2021. And remember, the door is always open for imagination and creativity. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!